Big breaking story in WWE right now is the latest rumor about Liv Morgan. Former WWE writer Vince Russo recently suggested that Liv Morgan could return to TV not as a wrestler, but as the new general manager of Monday Night Raw, replacing Adam Pearce. This idea, pitched on his Legion of Raw podcast, has caught fire among fans because Pearce is constantly shown losing control of Raw's chaos every week. Russo imagined a storyline where Pearce finally snaps, steps aside, and hands Liv the power to run the red brand. It's a shocking suggestion because Liv Morgan is currently sidelined with a serious injury, and nobody expected her name to be linked with a role this drastic. Liv Morgan has been off television for months due to a legitimate injury that required surgery. WWE has kept her completely off screen, and the current timeline suggests she won't be back until early 2025, likely around the Royal Rumble. That's why the GM rumor feels both surprising and controversial. Russo argues that WWE could easily bring her back on TV right now without needing her to wrestle. He believes her personality, charisma, and connection with the fans make her the perfect choice to step in as a fresh authority figure. The timing of this idea is interesting because Adam Pearce has been the authority face of Raw for years now. He's played the role of the exasperated official well, but his character is constantly overrun by chaos. If WWE ever wanted to pull the trigger on a change, Liv Morgan would be one of the most unexpected replacements they could choose. She's never been in an authority role before, but her popularity would instantly make her segments must-see. Fans would tune in to see how she handles superstars and whether she leans more toward being a babyface leader or a heel who abuses her power. But while the rumor is buzzing, many believe it doesn't make much sense. The injury timeline means Liv Morgan is only a few months away from being cleared to compete again. Why give her a short-term GM role that she'll have to abandon as soon as she's ready to wrestle? Unlike Kurt Angle in 2004, who was sidelined for a much longer time and served as SmackDown GM, Liv is expected to be back in action around January. WWE could hold off her return for the Royal Rumble, make it a big surprise, and immediately slot her into a major storyline. And that's where things get even bigger. There are multiple storylines waiting for Liv Morgan once she comes back. Before she got injured, she was one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions with Raquel Rodriguez. When Liv went down, Raquel had to move on and WWE paired her with Roxanne Perez. That created a natural opening for future drama. Liv could return and demand answers from Raquel, accusing her of betraying their partnership. She could target Perez for taking her spot. That story alone has plenty of potential and is likely to happen once she's back. Then there's the ongoing Judgment Day situation. Rumors have been swirling that Liv Morgan could play a major role in the faction's eventual implosion. Before her injury, there was tension building between her and Finn Balor, and fans speculated that she might clash with the group or even join them. With the Judgment Day storyline currently one of the hottest in WWE, Liv returning to either challenge or align with them would instantly shake things up. Another trending story connected to Liv Morgan is that WWE reportedly has big plans for her in 2025. Sources claim she could be pushed as one of the top babyfaces of the division, potentially even challenging Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Championship after WrestleMania. Ripley has dominated Raw's women's division, and fans are eager for new challengers. A returning Liv Morgan stepping up to Ripley would be fresh, emotional, and believable. Their history together makes the rivalry even more appealing. There's also speculation about Liv Morgan winning the Royal Rumble. WWE loves emotional comeback stories, and Liv Morgan returning as a surprise entrant, lasting until the end, or even winning outright would be one of the biggest moments of 2025. It would set her up for a WrestleMania title match and cement her as a main event star. Fans haven't forgotten her 2022 Money in the Bank win and her cash-in against Ronda Rousey. That Cinderella story energy is still tied to her, and WWE could easily replicate that magic on a bigger stage. Another trending rumor is that Liv Morgan could be shifted to SmackDown instead of Raw on her return. SmackDown's women's division is strong, but in need of fresh rivalries. Liv could feud with Io Sky, Bayley, or Bianca Belair, all of which would feel new. WWE reportedly wants to keep both brands balanced, and sending Liv to SmackDown would help diversify matchups. It's also worth noting that fans online have been pushing the idea that Liv Morgan could eventually be paired with Bray Wyatt's old family legacy, especially after her darker promos last year hinted at a changing character. While that idea hasn't been confirmed, it continues to trend whenever her name comes up. Some fans want her to return with a darker, more unhinged character rather than the underdog persona she's used for years. WWE could absolutely test this by having her attack a beloved babyface upon her return, shocking the audience and turning her heel. The injury itself has kept her away for months, but WWE hasn't ignored her completely. Merchandise sales for Liv Morgan remain strong, and her name constantly trends whenever fans speculate about future returns. That's one of the reasons why the GM rumor even spread in the first place. People miss her on TV and want to see her involved in some capacity. There are also reports that WWE higher-ups see Liv Morgan as a key player for the company's women's division heading into the new year. With Becky Lynch focusing more on part-time appearances, Charlotte Flair dealing with injuries, and Ronda Rousey no longer active, WWE needs strong female stars to carry storylines week to week. Liv is seen as one of the top names who can step into that role. The Adam Pearce replacement rumor continues to spark debate online. On one hand, it would be shocking television. On the other, it doesn't seem logical to remove Pearce when he's thriving in his role and Liv is only out for a short time. Most fans agree that Liv is far better suited to return as a competitor rather than a figurehead. If WWE is truly planning something big for her, the best route is clear. Hold her out until the Royal Rumble, bring her back as a surprise, and immediately insert her into top storylines. Whether that's reuniting with Raquel Rodriguez, feuding with Roxanne Perez, clashing with Judgment Day, or challenging Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan has endless possibilities waiting for her. The most exciting part is that her return will come at the perfect time just as WWE begins its road to WrestleMania. The buzz will be enormous, and her comeback could end up being one of the biggest moments of the year. So in summary, the heavy news is this. Vince Russo suggested Liv Morgan could return as the Raw GM, but the more realistic, trending news is that WWE has huge plans for her return in 2025. From a Royal Rumble comeback to a potential Rhea Ripley feud to drama with Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan's name is at the center of multiple major storylines. WWE knows her value, fans are waiting, and her next run could easily be the biggest of her career.